welcome back to the program. And in this particular session, they'll begin with the case that stemmed from the incident in the year 2006 and 2007. However, this case has been brought to the court in the year 2010 by the family of Dr. Prakit Pao Thomtichong. He's very famous among teenagers and high school students, because the owner and the founder of a very famous and well-known tutorial businesses of money businesses called applied physics.
So applied physics. So obviously they study physics and such, and getting ready for the entrance exam, and is very, very famous. But you know, like I said, I almost forgot about this particular case already because it was such a big case at the time.
And in the year 2010, Kun Prakit Pao's family brought this case to the courts and alleged Kun Pemmika Wirachat Raksit, Kun Prakit Pao's former girlfriend, of luring him and also duping him to give her money and other valuables. And yesterday, the appeals court has upheld the lower court's ruling to jail Pemmika Wirachat Raksit for 54 months on the charges. Kun Pemmika and friends were found to have cheated Dr. Prakit Pao during the year 2006 to the year 2007. And at that time, they allegedly convinced Kun Prakit Pao, Kun Gov, the victim, that he and Kun Pemmika had attained through meditation a supernatural ability. This is Kun Pemmika in the picture. She said that she had recalled the past 99 past lifetimes in which she saw that Kun Prakit Pao and her were husband and wife in the past lives. 99 past lives, and as
99.
99.
Wow, they must be.
And as a result of this very weird relationship, they claim that Dr. Prakit Pao was in debt to Kun Pemmika, so he had to.
That's her?
Yeah.
Okay, her face changes a lot.
Really? You can recognize her?
I think she has a lot done. Seriously,
this is Dr. Prakit Pao,
right?
And it seems that as a way to pay for that debt in 99 past lives, Dr. Prakit Pao had to buy her the Toyota Camry sedan with a special registration number worth 980,000 baht for Pemmika, as well as other valuable items worth around 9.6 million.
Wow.
Yeah,
well,
that's a way to pay for the debt.
Yeah, but I'm impressed that she just want a Camry. Like, wouldn't you want
only
like Mercedes for if you know this is your lover for the 99 past lives? Yeah, it was one of the biggest case, and a lot of people were just puzzled.
But that Camry came with the 900,000 baht license.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know.
And in the year 2010, the lower court sentenced Pemmika to a 54-month jail term for fraud and attempted fraud, and also sentenced each of her 3 friends involving in this particular fraud gang to a 2-year suspended jail term and also the 27,000 baht fine, as well as ordering the 4 defendants to repay 8 million to Dr. Prakit Pao. However, after this particular case has been brought to the court, Dr. Prakit Pao has been found to have a mental problem, so he was sent to the hospital, and he has been spending a few years in there now. So, however, after the verdict yesterday, that was her face back then in a year. Oh yeah, that's why.
See, I did not recognize her. I'm like, that's not the same woman.
Oh.
All right, interesting.
And after this verdict, Pemmika said that she had no job and had to take care of her 3 children. So
just the children already?
3 children.
Goodness
she
me.
said her mother had also arranged assets worth around 1 million baht to apply for her bail release. Wow. This is one of the cases that made headlines. And back then, in the year 2007, I guess, Pemmika was just a university student, and she had cooperated with 3 friends from her university.
Right. I think she's a major in psychology or something like that. So, wow.
Not sure about that.
All right, interesting case, and finally we hear about it again. You're probably gonna hear about it more. If you're actually curious about it, you can actually go back and take a look, and perhaps even ask any of your peers to tell you a little bit about this particular case. Is quite big. Now another big case, obviously yesterday we reported about this, and we're gonna have to apologize due to the fact that yesterday we did Kun Tulip mentioned a little bit in terms of Kun Ying Kalaya Sopon Panit, obviously being involved in the a foundation that plants tree in the Mae Wong area, or Mae Wong Dam area, that was supposed to be having a dam that a lot of people actually opposing at this point. Has been reported that the foundation, the Green World Foundation, came out and talked about this. Now, the person that runs the foundation said that obviously she was puzzled by the news itself, because the foundation has never have any project involved with tree plantings at all in the Mae Wong area, and she's not sure why are all the reporters actually posted such report about this. And so she would like to make it clear, and this is Dr. Saranrat Kanchanawanit obviously has came out and posted on the website of the Green World Foundation itself, clarified herself that there's no involvement whatsoever, but Kun Prasop obviously yesterday Kun Tulip got her information from the Nation that has posted a news saying that Kun Prasop has mentioned that Kun Ying Kalaya was actually heading this particular foundation and went and planted the trees itself in the Mae Wong area. However, obviously that was false. However, at this point, it seems like, if there's some people that support it, there would be some that actually, if some people opposed it, there's some that support it. And yesterday there was an incident back in the Nakhon Sawan province, where the Mae Wong Dam supposed to be situated in the Lat Yao district. There was people from the villagers reported to be from around Nakhon Sawan area, Kamphaeng Phet, Uthai Thani, gathered together in front of the provincial hall in the Lat Yao district, and said that they actually this is against. Okay, so, but the one that I'm talking about right now, unfortunately, we don't have the footage for it, but they were actually setting up the stage and talked about supporting this particular dam. This is in Nakhon Sawan yesterday, and they say that a lot of people were saying that, well, tree can be replanted, animals can be replaced, but obviously they need this particular dam to be able to create more of the infrastructures. It becomes attractions and create more jobs for people in the area. And that's according to all the villagers that went in and actually gathered in Nakhon Sawan itself. So it's quite interesting, because we have heard a lot about the opposition to the dam. Now, yesterday there were supporters as well. Now, as mentioning with the opposition to the dam at this point, it seems that there's a lot of people that actually very concerned about this, and one of the person obviously that cannot deny this particular case is Prime Minister herself, saying that at this point the government is ready to talk to all the concerned parties, and obviously Kun Prasop Sawadi, the Deputy Prime Minister, is actually tasked to be the person to talk to people about this. She said that the whole objective of the water management and Mae Wong Dam is to try to protect all the water from gushing in from the north into the central part. So at this point, if there are some damages that has been done by the fact of dam building, then she said that they would have to assess it beforehand. But the problem, I believe, that at this point a lot of people were very concerned about is the fact that they would not move it anywhere, because Kun Prasop said clearly that he would not move the dam location elsewhere. It would remain in the Mae Wong area. However, the only thing is they will try to find a way to make it least impact and pass the EHIA. But that's the whole thing. EHIA isn't there to actually make sure that the project can be done under whatever regulation, but is there to determine whether or not it should be done. So that's the difference, right? So at this point, I believe that the Mae Wong Dam would actually have a lot more discussion to be seen. But as for the Green World Foundation, obviously nothing to do with it, and she has already made it clear. Dr. Saranrat say that Kun Ying Galaya has any connection with the foundation at all. The foundation do not involve or getting any money from anyone. So just be clear on that one.
And I believe the Prime Minister Kun Yingluck Shinawatra has already invited Kun Plot Prasop and also Kun Sasin Chalerm Lab, the Secretary General of the Serb Nakasatian Foundation, to join in a public hearing on this particular issue as well.
That's good, because we need that, and public hearing is part of the EHIA as well. But that's, like I said, it's supposed to be there to determine whether or not it should be done. It's not to see what to do to make it work, to work around it. It's just two different things. So it's very sad. We're going to have to wait and see in this particular case.
Hopefully we got a resolution from this
issue. But like I said, there's like some supporters too, the villagers in the area, saying that they want the dam. So we have to wait and see.
Now moving on to the weather condition, the situation of flood situation in provinces Khun Gop during several days of heavy downpours. It seems that a lot of provinces in the country are now suffering from the flooding. Severe flooding, 27 have been verified that they are now facing the very serious situation there now. The rising water levels in the dams along the Chao Phraya River are causing a lot of concern for people, especially in Bangkok, with the rainforest forecast, for the Central Plains and Bangkok this weekend also. The Thai Meteorological Department yesterday issued a warning that a strong high pressure front from China will cause a strong monsoon through across the country until Sunday. They said that heavy rain is likely to fall in the Central Plains and the lower northeast on Saturday and Sunday, lower north and northeast on Thursday and on Friday, and the north and the upper northeast over the next day or so. Now the situation in the provinces, as I said, 9 people were killed in this particular flooding incident, and the Royal Irrigation Department said that they will have to raise the discharge rates of several dams upstream of Bangkok to ease the pressure, because now there were reports of heavy rain, continuous heavy rain in the provinces. So they have to brace for more rains over the weekend.
Goodness me.
So the water will be drained into the Central Plains and into the sea, and it will have to pass through Ang Thong, Singburi, Ayutthaya, Pathum Thani, Nonthaburi, and Bangkok on its way there. And if you remember the dramatic scene 2 years ago of the flood situation in all these provinces in the central region, that's very critical.
Wow. Well, at this point, I believe that, we have been reporting about the flood situation almost every day at this point, due to the fact that this is a monsoon season. Plus, we seems to get a lot of one of those, I guess you can call it a tail effect of the big depression that hit Hong Kong right now, as well as, like our neighboring countries. So at this point, it seems like everyone's going to have to brace for flood. And in Pathum Thani area, I believe that they already seen a little bit. A lot of people get a little spooked at this point. And that's, Kun Banhan went in.
Yeah, Kun Banhan, as the chief advisor of the agricultural minister, had already inspected the canal, the situation in Ayutthaya province.
Gotta say, Kun Banhan has been quite active lately, being, the coordinator of the reform panel, and doing a lot of things, and obviously quite interesting.
And a lot more concerning here, because the Royal Irrigation Department has already said they prepared the water retention zones in the northern provinces of Phitsanulok, Sukhothai, and Phichit, comprising more than 30,000 rai of paddy fields to hold water overflow. However, there were rejection from the locals and farmers.
Oh.
And moreover, they said they will divert water from the Chao Phraya River to other waterways to the west and the east that aim to reduce the water flow, which will pass through Ayutthaya and lowland areas in northern Bangkok. On the eastern side, the overflow from the Chao Phraya River will be diverted into the southern Rapipat Canal to Nakhon Nayok province and travel further to the Bang Pakong River and into the sea in Chak Cheong Sao province. However, as a lot of Bangkokians are now fearing for the situation, the repeat of major flooding in the year 2010, the BMA Bangkok Metropolitan Administration said that most of Bangkok will be safe. And I say most because they said that
because they cannot save all of us.
They said the flood water might flow into some areas outside of the flood barrier, such as Pak Kret and Rangsit. So these particular areas, the outer Bangkok, you still have to brace for the situation. From the inner Bangkok, the BMA said that the flood prevention systems, however, they remain pretty much the same, but they have been a lot improved to some extent. For instance, the flood barriers along the Chao Phraya River are now up to 3 meters high.
3 meters? Oh my God.
When 2 years ago, they were just 2.5 meters at most. And the BMA said that it should be able to clear the road surfaces within an hour if the rainfall does not exceed 60 millimeters per hour. City administration remains confident even though nearby provinces are already inundated.
Wow.
However, in the provinces, as I said, 9 people were killed in Surin province. More than 8,000 families in Prachinburi have been affected by flooding.
9 already. Yesterday I reported 6. Wow.
And 26 schools have sustained water damages in Prachinburi. 23 roads and 1 bridge has been affected. And 1 death has been reported in Prachinburi as well. So, as the meteorological department warned, brace for higher rainfall during the weekend in Bangkok as well.
I think there's like industrial estate in the Pathum Thani area that actually have to brace for the flooding as well. All right, very quickly before we go for a short break here, there has been a report of a VAT fraud, you know, like the value added tax that we supposed to have, and you know, when you file a tax at the end of the year, sometimes you get that back. Well, it seems like a group of 5 people got together cleverly. 2 of them are actually father and son. Another 2 were actually brothers, and another one was just probably friends, good friends. All 5 of them actually got together and formed this particular fraud of 4 billion baht worth of VAT fund and such. So this particular case, the DSI said that they have been ongoing for a while. They investigated this for a while. So what happened is these 5 people, they would open several of the companies to form obviously fake companies in order to be able to get all the VAT returns and such. And they say what they did is they would take the copies of ID cards from the villagers in the provinces and told them actually that they're going to use it for agricultural purposes to help them and such. And then they used that particular photocopies of the IDs to open the companies in order to move the money around, to create the fake VAT bills and such, so that way at the end of the year they would actually file for this. At this point, in the Treasury Department has already filed in 19 people of these officers that might be involved. The DSI will take a look at this, and they say that 1 person out of the 19 has already passed away. So they still have to investigate a little bit further on that. All right, very quickly. So 5 people, 4 billion baht VAT fraud.
And from that, we're going to take a short break. Up next, there's still an update of the Constitution Court that already accepted the complaints filed against the House Speaker and the Senate Speaker.
Right, as well as the complaints in terms of whatchamacallit, either whether or not the senator should be elected or, you know, should be selected and such. So please stay tuned.